Hello, everybody. Today is Thursday, April 2nd. It is day 12 of digital learning. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. We're going to get started with some guided practice with making inferences. So yesterday we talked about how we make inferences, and today we're going to use those skills, apply them with a text. So you guys will see today's lesson involves reading a historical account, and we're going to read that in just a moment. But before we do, let's take a look at the study buddy guides. These guides here are going to help us focus our thinking while we're reading and make sure that we're staying on track and we're looking for certain things that are going to help us answer the questions that follow the text correctly. All right, so we're going to look for evidence that tells us more about each explorer in the text, and we're going to use this information to make inferences about what each one was like. The second question that we're looking for says, what factors led to Scott's failure? And then the last one says, what did Amundsen have going for him that Scott did not? All right, so that's going to help us guide our thinking a little bit and help us focus on what we need to be looking for in our text. All right, so here we go. The title of the text is Race to Reach the South Pole, Scott versus Amundsen. In 1911, Englishman Robert Falcon Scott and Norwegian Roald Amundsen raced to reach the South Pole first. Scott, captain of the Terra Nova, had nearly made it to the South Pole 7 years earlier. He was confident he would succeed this time. Scott publicly announced that he would be using the latest in technology, motor sleds. He recruited scientists, sailors, and even a paying guest who insisted on bringing ponies to the coldest place on Earth. Amundsen worried that competitors might try to prevent his attempt to reach the South Pole. He refused to share his dream with anyone, including his shipmates. Amundsen finally told his men where they were going midway through the Atlantic. Though he told them they could quit, they decided to continue the journey with him. They were all veteran Arctic explorers trained to use skis and sled dogs. At this time, Amundsen sent Scott an unsettling telegram telling him he was on his way to Antarctica. Both vessels landed in Antarctica in January of 1911, but Amundsen set up his base camp inland on ice, while Scott made camp at the shoreline. With expert planning, Amundsen and his crew arrived at the South Pole with sled dogs on December 15, 1911. Meanwhile, Scott's motor sleds failed to work in the minus 40 degrees Celsius cold, and the ponies died and were eaten by Scott's crew. Scott arrived at the pole 33 days after Amundsen and was shocked to find the Norwegian flag. Disillusioned and weak, Scott and his men died of starvation on the return trip, just 11 miles from their nearest supply station. All right, and then you guys have some questions to answer here about the text. Remember, these guiding questions in these close reading strategies that you can use are going to help you focus your thinking and help you get the right answer. Okay, so you guys can work on getting these answers in for day 12. All right, if you guys need to, there's a video to review here on making inferences, and then you should be done for today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday.